You caught that minicamp ended with a closed-door walkthrough, right? 2 days of non-contact sessions. Hardly gridiron. Yet the closest we get to feel the energy buzzing in pads at this stage. We're not here for a play-by-play. But what really matters lies in those snippets, locker room banter, purposeful glances, half-formed promises echoing in hallways. It's less about what they did this week, and more about what it could signal for what's to come. Culture. That word was everywhere. Every player, every coach. It came out of them like a reflex. You'd think it was part of the practice drills. But Bradley Chubb didn't mince words. Last year, the team lied. That's the word he chose. Lied about what was changing. So when McDaniel steps up and talks about accountability this time around, it hits different. He wants everyone to believe this time it's real. The idea of culture isn't measured during June. It's tested when adversity throws punches. What happens when they're down by 14 in a divisional game? When injuries pile up? When the offense sputters for the 3rd game in a row? That's where culture lives or dies. Then there's Tua. Every year, it's this tightrope. We talk about the skill, the accuracy, the rhythm he brings when he's upright and locked in. But how long does it last? He missed the final 2 games last season with a hip issue again. Injuries circling him like a shadow. And every time it happens, the question booms louder. What is he doing to stay safe? What's he willing to give up? We've seen him stretch plays too far, fighting for yards when the smarter move was to slide. This offseason, he said all the right things. That he's learning. That he won't take those risks again. But intentions fade under pressure. When the pocket breaks and instincts kick in, will he go back to those habits? Words mean nothing if they collapse when the heat rises. Now think about the offense. Explosiveness used to be the Dolphins' brand. Fast, aggressive, vertical. But in 2024, they plummeted to the bottom. Last in the NFL for plays over 25 yards. That's not a stat. That's a red flag. The run game sagged. Defenses didn't fear it. So they loaded up against the pass and dared Miami to beat them another way. They couldn't. McDaniel says balance is the key. He always does. But fixing it isn't just about saying so. They've brought in new names. Jonah Savaiania, James Daniels, Pharaoh Brown. They're leaning on Jalen Wright, who's bigger, tougher, ready to punch defenses instead of dancing around them. But nothing in a no-pad practice tells us if it'll work. Until defenders fly and blocks meet contact, the doubt lingers. Defensively, what's going on with the cornerbacks? McDaniel didn't name a single one when asked about standouts. That's not exactly a glowing review. You hear whispers about Ethan Bonner and Storm Duck earning orange jerseys, small signs, but not enough to silence the questions. Veteran free agents are floating around, Douglas, Samuel Jr., even Jair Alexander before that story died quick. The team's been in touch with some, but how serious are they? And more importantly, are they confident enough in what they already have? Because right now, that room doesn't scream depth or experience. It's a coin flip, and if they guess wrong, opposing receivers are going to feast. Let's not ignore the offensive line either. So many moving pieces. Patrick Paul has to replace a pillar like Armstead. Austin Jackson's back from injury. Daniels is fresh off an Achilles, and Savaiania might start as a rookie. You can hear McDaniel juggling positions in interviews, where Daniels fits, which side Jonah lands on. They're trying to find chemistry without repetition. And chemistry doesn't grow from hope. It grows from reps, from mistakes, from cohesion under fire. These guys haven't hit yet. They haven't been shoved, twisted, thrown off balance by elite edge rushers. Until that happens, it's all theory. That line is either the foundation or the first crack. Then there's the defensive tackle situation. Can we even talk about it without pads? Kenneth Grant, Jordan Phillips, Zeke Biggers, names with potential, but potential is cheap in June. The team's strategy was bold. Draft help and chase depth through inexpensive free agents. That gamble will either look brilliant by November or painfully naive. McDaniel said Grant earned early respect from the vets. That's fine for morale. But is he going to hold the middle when a 230-pound back comes straight at him on 3rd and 1? That's what matters. If this group can't anchor the run defense, everything else shifts, everything else tightens, everything else suffers. And let's go back to the quarterback room, because that question never rests. Who's the backup? Who's the plan if Tua goes down again? Right now, it's Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers. Two very different stories. Wilson, once a top pick, now trying to breathe life into his career. Ewers, a 7th-round pick, with a mixed college resume. Wilson said he's learning to let go of the ball faster, adjusting to Miami's rhythm-first system.